Hey, I'm Blake.
And I'm Dave.
We're back. It's another weekly movie stream. Dave, how you doing, man?
I'm horrible. I'm back in Ohio.
That sucks
Yeah.
for you. But hey, on the bright side, my apartment isn't a fucking mess anymore, so that's cool.
Oh, well, you're welcome, I guess.
It's all your fault. We got pizzas. What's up, First Prize Games? Yeah, Ohio's not that bad.
Shut
when
up.
I can leave whenever I want.
That's why it's not bad, because you can leave.
I'm just trying to be nice, man.
For no other reason.
Well, we're talking about two new movies. Today, Dave, we're talking about Evil Dead Rise, and we're talking about Ghosted, which is not a horror movie, although it was a horrific viewing experience.
Yes. Agreed.
It's a thing. But before that, we have some stuff to get to. How was your week?
So far it's been horrible. It's the first week back from vacation, and work couldn't. Hey, what's up, John? Work couldn't just be good just for a couple of days.
Nope.
After I got back. It was literally the first day I got back. It's like, work is horrible.
Everything's terrible. Glad you're back.
Yes. So I am desperate to get back to California, and although I did have an interview today, so.
Oh, really? How'd that go?
Yes. It was weird because usually they call and like, hey, we'd like to set up an interview for this day and this time.
Yeah.
And I'm like, absolutely, I'll make it happen. And this guy called. He's like, is this Dave? I'm like, yeah. And he's like, and just dives right into it. I was like,
grabbing your paperwork.
I'm lucky that I was not in the office, because I would have had carriers just bugging the shit out of me. It would have been real bad.
Although you could have been like, sorry, I'm so good at my job. Everybody's asking me questions, sir. You should hire me and get me the fuck out of here as soon as possible.
All right. So, but we'll see. He said I'll know by Thursday if I get it or not. So
fair enough. Well, have you seen any other movies than what we're talking about tonight on stream?
No.
Cool.
Sure haven't. I haven't had time. I watched this one of them that we saw on vacation.
Yeah.
And then I've just been back to work and stuff. So. What about you?
I feel like I've seen a few movies actually outside of the stream. I revisited. I saw something I had never seen before. I saw Moana from 2016, the Pixar film. I loved it.
Really?
It's so good. It's so good. I really, really enjoyed it. It's definitely one of my favorite Pixar films. I get the hype.
Interesting. I've heard that it's really good, so I'm curious as to what if they're gonna fucking screw it up with the live action remake.
I don't get it. Yeah, I think we talked about this on a stream a week or two ago, John. Like, why? Why are we getting?
I don't know,
it's not
dude.
even that old of a movie.
No.
Like, The Lion King and Little Mermaid and stuff came out like in the early 90s, right? So not that it makes more sense, but like you gave us 30 plus years between them. Moana came out less than a decade ago.
I saw an article the other day, basically.
Yeah, you're right. Pizzas, by the way.
Yeah, it's true. I saw an article the other day that basically said that it's obviously conjecture, but that Dwayne Johnson wants so badly to be a billionaire that he's trying to do everything he can to get there.
Like when you hit that certain threshold of rich, it isn't about like acquiring anything else other than more wealth. It's just a numbers game. He's got to hit that 3 comma club or whatever.
But it's funny because, speaking of The Rock, that ever since I was like, I don't know, something feels off about him now. I keep seeing article after article about people like he's kind of a dick.
I don't know. I'll be very curious because I have seen more and more of that lately. So I don't know. I kind of getting like Ellen vibes, for sure. I don't know. We'll see how that all pans out. How history will turn out. He was good in Moana. I'll give him that.
Well, that's because it was just his voice.
That's true. I don't think he's bad. I think in the right role, The Rock is just fine. I think he's fine. That's the thing, John. He's notoriously like a nice guy, but over like the past, I'd probably say year or so, little things keep kind of coming out about The Rock, little interactions, some anecdotal, some of the stuff with like Black Adam and the DC stuff is getting a little weird. So
Yes.
I don't
He's
know.
like really butthurt about the fucking DC universe stuff.
Yeah.
And he was like trying to throw his weight around.
Which, like, who
Like,
cares,
I'm the
dude?
Rock. You have to do what I say. And everyone's like, no, we don't.
Yeah. No, it's true. I don't know. It's just weird. But time will tell how that turns out. But I was on a Pixar kick, so I watched Moana and then I watched Monsters Inc. because I also love that movie. It's so good. Monsters Inc. is great. I love it. But in keeping with that fun, lighthearted Pixar tradition, I also went and saw the new Ari Aster film, Beau is Afraid.
Oh, boy. I was going to ask how it went, but I think you're telling me right now.
First off, we can't talk about this on stream. There's no way to realistically talk about this. I want to talk about this film in like a year when people have had a chance to see it, because it's, oh my God, I don't even know where to start. I don't want to go off on a huge tangent, but first off, I need to see it again. It is a lot. It's a lot.
Yeah.
Wonderful acting. It's literally just, I understand why it's tanking at the box office. It's 3 hours long. It didn't need to be that long, to be clear. It didn't. You know how I am. It didn't need to be that long. And I understand the vision behind it. I can't believe this movie, A, got made, B, is in theaters in this wide enough release, because it's not a movie. It's a fucking fever dream from beginning to end. It's an unrelenting nightmare comedy. The acting is wonderful. I don't know how I feel about it. It's an overwhelming sensory experience.
It's a night comedy.
You legitimately, like, if you're even remotely interested in this movie, go see it. And go see it in a theater. They released this fucking thing in IMAX. I'm gonna go see it in IMAX. And again, I can't say that I loved it, but I definitely didn't hate it. But I feel weird, and I haven't been able to shake that feeling. It gave me this feeling. I have not been able to shake it since I saw this movie. It fucked me up. It's a lot of stuff. There were 4 walkouts. There were 4 walkouts.
In your theater?
In my theater alone, there were 4 walkouts. It was a pretty packed theater.
Chloe once said she's heard that people have been walking out of it.
I know. Yes. And honestly, I don't blame them. I don't fucking blame them.
That's intense. And you want to see it again?
I want to see it again. I think you should watch it. I really want you to see it because I want to know what you think about it. I fully understand why people do not like this movie. And I appreciate that, because they're going into a movie expecting something. There's no way to market this film, to be very clear. There's no way to market it. It is literally about Joaquin Phoenix's character, Beau, trying to get home to his mother's house. And it is just... There's no real way to describe it. So I'm not going to attempt it because I still haven't processed it. And I saw it like 4 or 5 days ago, and I'm still fucked up by it. So
I have a feeling when I go watch it, and I'm literally only going to go watch it for you, so that you have somebody to talk to about it.
Thank you. You're such a good friend, and I actually really, really mean that.
And I feel like I feel like this is a sentence that I'm gonna say to you after I see it, just based on everything you've told me and everything that Chloe has said that she's heard about it. Okay. I would have walked out if I know that you wouldn't have made me go see it again to finish it.
Yes,
That's
literally.
Yeah.
No, pizzas. I would love to just have a stream of just Dave watching Beau is Afraid, because I mean, there's moments where I felt like Dave watching this movie. I watched so much weird stuff. I love weird, interesting films. This is a very new and unique vision. I've never seen anything like it. But literally, even me, who's seen a bunch of weird shit, I'm sitting in this theater and I'm like, I can't fucking believe I'm watching this right now. There's no fucking way this is real.
I'm really ready to say that sentence.
Yeah, it's a challenging film. It is unrelenting. It's rewarding for a certain kind of people, a certain kind of person. I think it is rewarding, and I think it's fucking punishing for another kind of person.
Okay, great.
I don't know. That's all I have to say. That's all I really want to talk about, because we have to see this movie and we have to get on the phone for like 2 hours and talk about it.
Fair. That's
It'll
fair
be less
enough.
than the runtime, I promise, but maybe not
great.
by much.
Cool.
Listen, oh my gosh. You know what's funny, Pizzas? When I was talking to Wendy about the film, because she asked me how it was, and I kind of gave a similar thing that I just said. I was like, I don't know. She goes, really? Is like that like strange? Even stranger than the killing of a sacred deer, that Yorgos Lanthimos film? And I was like, oh yeah. Oh, much. She goes, oh. Oh, I don't know. I call my mom by her name to you guys, so you guys knew who I'm talking about. I don't call her mom.
Yeah, you don't call her mom to us, but
Right.
which honestly, it's funny that you say that. Both you guys bring this up because my mom, who listens to the show after the fact on YouTube, hi mom.
Hi Teresa, love you.
She was talking about one of our streams, I guess last week when I was with you in LA, and something about Wendy came up, and I said like, yeah, that's his mom. She goes, that's his mom? I had no idea. I hear you guys say Wendy all the time. I had no idea it was his mom.
That's my mom. That's really sweet. Yeah, she'll be on at some point, I'm sure. But yeah. Anyway, I saw those 3 movies outside of this, so it's been a very movie heavy week, which has been good. I needed it. I've had a little bit lighter of a work week and been able to dive into some stuff, new and old. So
cool.
It's true.
Cool. Yeah,
but short of that, we do have some movie news, Dave. Lots of stuff going on in the world. And if you don't mind me hopping right in, the first and I would argue biggest news going on right now, the writer strike is in effect, my friend, and fucking good, man.
Yes.
I stand with the WGA, of course. What they're asking for is not much, but this is not going to end anytime soon.
What are they asking for? Do you know? Does it say somewhere?
It's a lot of updates. Yeah, there's a whole contract thing I can send you over. I'm not going to parse out the details here, but basically a lot of updates to like streaming stuff, because the last strike was like 15 years ago, which I remember pretty vividly.
Yeah, I remember that too, actually.
And so they're updating like stuff because like all the streaming like royalties and like all this, there's no syndication like there used to be.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So basically updating that, because I know a number of writers who write for TV that are like poor as shit, and they write for big shows and they work on big shows and they try to do a couple a year if they can to like pay their bills, but it's not a lot. And as you all know, I also am a writer, and if you don't have a good script, your stuff is gonna suck. Doesn't matter. So I
remember that too. Yeah.
And you know what I do appreciate this time around? There's more of a social push behind it. Like all the late night shows are shutting down in solidarity, which is they should, obviously, instead of just replacing people. So you have like really crappy. Do you remember all the crappy stuff?
Yes.
All the crappy shows that came out during the strike last time.
Oh God.
Yeah.
I don't wanna...
Yes, pizzas, exactly, dude.
I don't want to. I don't want to like jump the gun here, but one of the movies that we are going to be talking about feels like it was written during the writer's strike.
I agree. I fucking agree with you. Oh man, yeah. Somebody fell asleep on their computer and they just went with it. Fuck it, film it.
Right.
We don't know.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, I definitely. It's probably gonna last a while, but my heart goes out to all the writers. We stand with you. I think me and
yes.
Sarah, my director. I think we might go out on Thursday and picket with them.
Nice.
And do we can. Gotta support the peeps.
I would totally if I was in LA.
Get on your private jet. get to LA so you can pick it with us.
Yay! Let me just win the lottery real fast.
Yeah, hurry up. So
next stream I'm in LA. I'm like, I won the lottery.
You're streaming from your fucking mansion on a bearskin rug, drinking champagne from the bottle.
Yeah, that's about like something I would do, especially the champagne part.
Never quite made it to that strike. Never quite made it to the protest, but
There
got
was something I was supposed to do.
got this sweet bearskin rug that I've been feeding champagne.
Because I don't want to drink it.
Hangover City.
Oh boy. So I have some movie news I want to start out with.
Yeah.
Kind of a little shocking to me from where we stood about this particular movie a while ago, but not so much so after we've seen it.
Okay.
Super Mario Bros. Movie in the box office has crossed $1 billion.
Checks out. Yeah, I think we did talk about this. Had a lot of momentum, and which also makes me feel less bad. I didn't actually feel bad because I don't really care about like these major studio films when like they get like leaked or ripped or whatever. Because it made $1 billion. But did you see that somebody posted the full movie on Twitter and it got watched? Yeah, it for like a number of hours, and it got watched like a lot, like 1 million plus times it got watched.
God damn.
So yeah, I thought that was kind of funny. So
Also, I think I bookmarked this somewhere. Maybe I think it was last week. I had it ready to go, but I ended up using it. But apparently, John Leguizamo is still like, essentially like if they apologize for not having more inclusivity, then maybe I'll.
Well, yeah, because we talked about that briefly, and it's a little confusing. It's just a little confusing to be. Oh,
you son of a
fucker! You make
How do you still have so much points?
You make me run the stream, and then you Neko time. You bitch!
I don't understand how you have so many points. You just did this to us a week ago.
I don't either. This is madness. This is
You
absolute
fucking
madness.
whorebag. Man.
And John, yeah, like the live action movie, people were not ready for that movie, obviously.
I was gonna ask if I drop it on the floor, if I still have to eat it, but it's the same color as the next one, so I don't.
Karma's a bitch.
Why am I getting karma? This is fuck you, Jordan.
My lights are dark, but I'm pretty sure this is a licorice one. Right off the. Oh my gosh, this is like an entire sleeve of licorice ones.
Oh, Chloe one's gonna be pissed that she missed this.
Bro.
Wait a minute, Jordan. Can you really buy more fucking bonus channel points?
You can. Oh no, he's found a workaround. Jordan has unlimited money.
I'm gonna cry.
Do I have to eat this now?
Yeah, ready, go.
At least I'm not drinking beer. Aged licorice. It burns. Should it burn?
No.
Oh my god.
I have the yellow one.
Oh, you're such a bitch.
Like at first, the yellow one's like, it doesn't really taste like anything. But then all of a sudden, as soon as you swallow, it's like lemon pledge. I literally feel like I was just like, you know what this could use? Some lemon pledge.
There's a man whose his entire job at the Necco factory is just rage.
Every yellow one. He just was watching and it's like
I'm a man with a very specific set of talents and skills.
pieces. That would be our luck for sure. Like a study comes out and says Necco is actually just cancer, and
yeah, each Necco wafer you've eaten has gotten you that much closer to cancer.
we're like,
go to the doctor and they're just like, Blake, your feet are just tumors. They're just tumors. Sorry.
I don't know where everything inside of them went.
Yeah, it's a medical mystery, but it's all tumors from the waist down. It explains a lot, to be clear, but
oh, bro, god damn it! I can still taste the lemon pledge.
I'm laughing through the licorice. It hurts, and I think I might be going through congestive heart failure currently. So stick with me, people. Unless I die on stream.
I envy you. Can I have that instead?
Oh, god damn it. But yeah, so no, I want to go back to John's comment. I kind of started talking about it a little bit, but yeah, the live action film from 30 years ago, Super Mario Brothers movie, was meant to be like this major tentpole blockbuster film. Obviously, it did not end up that way. And so now, 30 years later, I hope Nintendo's feeling justified in their cinematic endeavors. Finally got their hit.
You were also starting to comment on Leguizamo.
Oh, yeah.
I want to hear your thoughts on that.
So I briefly mentioned this. I'm not here to tell anybody how they should feel, but I think it's strange that, like, yes, I think I'm all for diversity inclusion, and you should put people in these roles. Like, you don't have to dress people up anymore. You don't have to put Daniel Day-Lewis, give him some feathers and call him, a Native American. You don't have to do it anymore. There's plenty of talented people out there. But Luigi is Italian. And Leguizamo wants his somebody of Hispanic descent to play Luigi. I don't get it. I don't know what he wants.
Tell me you don't fucking understand Mario if you without telling me you don't understand fucking Mario.
Yeah, that's another thing too. Pieces like I don't know. I don't get it.
But also, not only is he a cartoon,
sound out of touch, but
it's like, listen, all right, I understand inclusivity. Great.
Of course.
If you wanted to make like who played Toad? Who was Toad? Who was the voice of Toad?
The voice of Toad? Oh,
yes.
I know this. Wait, the new one. Hold on. I know this, and I'm gonna see it, and I'm gonna be mad that I didn't remember off the top of my head. Sorry. Google break.
It's fucking. I know. I can tell you right now.
Please.
Keegan-Michael Key.
Okay. Yeah.
Keegan-Michael Key.
Pizza's beat us.
I'm not even on the fucking chat right now.
Yeah.
So you got Keegan-Michael Key. Yeah. You got a lot of other white people.
So many
you got
white people.
Fred Armisen. You do have a full-blown Italian, Sebastian Maniscalco, comedian. Spike.
Oh,
Who was
yeah.
Spike? I don't remember who Spike was. Anyway, you got Kevin Michael Richardson as one of the characters, and Carrie Payton as Penguin King. So you and Eric Bauza is Toad General. Mm-hmm. So like you have some inclusivity. You could obviously have a lot more. But here's my thing: like you could have had somebody not white play one of these other characters. But how are you mad that the two Italians aren't played by Hispanic people?
I don't get it. And John, you're right. I love the little plumbing commercial they start the movie with. It's cute. Amazing. It's funny. It made me laugh. I get it. And they use the goofy voices and stuff. And it made that all work within the world. Yo, HD, what's up, buddy?
What's up? That's funny. We're actually talking about Mario.
Yeah, we're currently talking about Mario. Okay, 6 out of 10 for Ghosted. Okay, that will be put into the old churner when we get there.
I think you're gonna
Pizza's
be wrong.
You. I think he's being very generous.
Yeah, you're being extremely, extremely generous.
Yeah,
so
I've thoughts on that. We'll get there, but yeah, either way, very, very weird take from Leguizamo, who I think is super talented, hilarious dude, great actor.
I love him a lot as an actor, but it's kind of one of those things where I'm like, bro, calm down.
I know.
Honestly, bro, calm down. Like I get it. I'm all for it. I will not be answering my door. Sorry, Jordan. You're not getting me. You're not. You're not getting me. I'm not going up there. I refuse. And
Don't
there's nothing
fall for
that
the
you
trap.
can do. No, there's nothing you can do to stop me.
But we do. We have some other news. I got a couple. We have actually a number of sequel things. I don't know if you want me to rattle through those real quick.
You might be taking away some of mine, but yeah, go ahead.
Okay, well, I'm not just... Yeah, I'll talk a little bit about them, but there's a Dodgeball sequel in the works with Vince Vaughn returning. Dodgeball's a fun movie. Do we need Twins 3?
Listen, all I'm saying
Skip right
is
over 2.
if Dodgeball 2 isn't just Vince Vaughn being like, are we really doing this?
This
This
is Vince Vaughn's idea.
I know, but
this is his idea.
I mean, like his character being like, come on,
Yeah.
dude, I'm fucking 50-something years old. I'm not playing Dodgeball.
I don't get it. It's well, whatever. I see Vince Vaughn doing it just fine. I think his character is going to be, dragged back into this kicking and screaming. Oh, I gotta save the gym again. I guess we gotta get into another dodgeball tournament. What year was the original film? Like 2003, 4, 5?
I don't know. It doesn't. 2004.
2004. Okay.
2004. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's I think you're right too. Pizzas. It's the IP. Just trying to be like, hey, let's get another dodgeball movie out of this. Yeah, it was a huge hit at the time. I've seen the movie a bunch of times, and it was also on TV a lot too. That and like Wedding Crashers was always on, or somebody always had the DVD of Wedding Crashers.
Yes.
That was always on. But yeah, I mean, I liked the movie. I think it was funny. I don't remember much about it, but I remember enjoying it when I saw it last.
I don't think there should be a second one. And listen,
I don't get it.
If there is, and Justin Long is not in it,
I know. Give me more Justin Long. I love Justin Long.
After seeing him in Barbarian,
I know. That's exactly what I thought too. We need more of him. He's talented. Yes. And like, cause he always, back in those days too, he always like play like kind of like nerdy, like nice guy, and stuff. But now he can play scumbags and he sells, dude. He sells. He's really good at that.
It's funny. I saw this thing on Instagram last night. It said, "Is like early 2000s writers. Give me a cool nerdy guy." It said pictures of as Justin Long and Jay Baruchel, and it said "Say no more."
Looking at you, $1 million baby.
Oh God.
Weird stuff.
Jesus.
But we have one more. I have one more other unnecessary sequel that I want to get your take on really quick.
Yes.
We're getting a cliffhanger sequel. For some reason, we're getting a sequel to 1993's Cliffhanger, starring Sylvester Stallone. This one also starring Sylvester Stallone, hanging on more cliffs.
He's 70-something years old.
Oh, when's it lunchtime?
God damn it. Guys, you can pivot.
You can do pivot. Anything else.
You can pivot. You can be an action boss, not an action hero anymore, because nobody believes you. But you can be an action boss or like something other than the hero.
Cliffhanger 2, Big Ledge. That's fucking hilarious. No, I agree. It's just like, dude, nobody's asking for this. I don't think it was even such like a major hit. Nobody even like really remembers that film that well. I rewatched it probably 4 or 5 years ago when it like randomly came on something. I was like, oh, I remember this. I remember renting this from Blockbuster and I put it on. I was like, oh, I wonder what this is going to be like. And I was like, I'm bored. I'm fine.
Listen, God, John, don't say that to me right now. I don't want to. Sylvester Stallone has literally. I don't think anybody's going to cast him for anything. He is literally doing all of his own shit now. Well, because I don't think anybody will cast him because he's
that's how he started.
I'll be a action hero guy, and they're like,
"Oh, that was mean." No. So that he's gonna end his career like he started his career, like with Rocky. He had to like do it himself and make his own casting, and then became famous and was cast. And now he's in like the twilight of his career. And he's like, shit, nobody's gonna cast me for stuff, so I'm gonna write my own stuff. And we get whatever. What was that? The Samaritan movie that was really, really bad. But what can you do?
Don't do that to me. I just had a flashback.
I know, it's just triggering. So I do want to address John's comment
Yeah.
that he made. I didn't realize the Justin Long part in Barbarian was offered to Zac Efron, but he turned it down. I could see Zac Efron playing that and being great in it.
Hey, Icky!
Thanks, buddy. Glad to have you back. It has been 9 months. We could have a baby. Our sweet little monster baby.
First prize babies.
It would be a dickhead for sure.
It'd absolutely be a dickhead.
100%. But I could see Zac Efron playing that part, but I think Justin Long was even better casting.
I do. 100% do. Yeah, I agree.
Because he's like that like Zach, I don't know. Zac Efron just kind of comes out like I can imagine that guy being a dickhead. Not Zac Efron himself necessarily, but he looks like one of those guys. Like, yeah, that guy's could be a dickhead for sure. Mm-hmm. Justin Long is kind of like a little twerpy in the way that like he could. You don't know. I don't know.
Yes.
I think it's great casting.
It's funny we bring up Zac Efron and him being like, I can see him being a scumbag, but like. I know that you didn't mean like him as a person, just the way he looks, but every like video, every clip I've seen of him, like just being a human, he seems like he's like really like, yeah, okay, like he's really down to earth and like kind of like
a nice
super
guy.
humble. Yeah, he seems very nice, which is like weird for somebody who started as early as he did and with fucking High School Musical.
Yeah, like he got through his coke phase, and now he's like he's on to greener pastures, and good for him, man. Like I'm joking around, not about the coke phase. That was definitely an actual thing, but I'm like he seems like a relatively well-adjusted adult. I think he can act, when paired with the right director. I think he's got chops. I think he can do it. He can be bad, but he seems like a really nice, humble guy, and I think he can act. So
yeah. Speaking of sequels and all that jazz.
Oh yeah.
Kung Fu Panda 4.
What?
Is a thing, yeah. The details have been revealed by Jack Black, who says Poe will be training a new dragon warrior and facing a new enemy.
Dude,
sure.
Are they just sending Jack Black out like, hey, just like go into like junkets and interviews and just like pitch movies or sequels to movies you've been in? And we're just going to make them.
Well, this one apparently was revealed to be in development last August, but it has a release date of March 24th. But yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
I don't know. Were you ever a Kung Fu Panda fan? Were you ever?
I really did like the first one. And then, but mainly because of one line.
What's that?
Skadoosh.
Oh.
He just belly skadoosh.
Dude, I think I have seen
Pizzas gets it.
I've seen the first Kung Fu Panda. I can't even say it right. I don't really remember it. I definitely don't think I've seen the sequels. I don't remember it. So I'm not like particularly like about it, especially when we're getting into a fourth. I don't particularly care, but I don't know, whatever. I think sequels can be justified. If it's justified, sure. Like the Scream sequels, all justified, all masterpieces of cinema that I love and will defend to my dying breath.
Anyway.
Okay. Sorry, I was reading Pizza's comments. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I'm not opposed to it. If people like come back like Kung Fu Panda 4 is like, an awakening for me. Okay, cool. I'll go see it. I'm open to it. It's weird. It's a weird take, but I'm open to it.
Icky, I have not seen JW4 yet, and this is gonna sound even crazier than normal, but I won't have time to go see any movies for 2 more weeks. I work the next 2 Sundays in a row.
Fuck that. That sucks.
Yeah. Wendy!
Also, yo, Wendy, we were talking about you earlier. And how we call you Wendy, not Mom. It's confusing people. But Icky, while you're in Austin, get Franklin's barbecue for me, because it's delicious. It's my favorite barbecue ever.
Yeah,
anyway,
live vicariously through you.
Please, dude, take pictures too. I want to live that experience.
Yeah, it's as close as he can get. Now that he's got the beat us.
Can he eat barbecue, you fuck. But seriously, I can't have that much, so eat a lot. The beatus is killing me, bro.
I have a couple more movie news. If you do, you still have some left?
I do. And actually, I have one more that I want to give you.
Okay.
Just kidding. I have two, but one I really want to talk to you about specifically.
Sure.
So I'm going to dive into it. We are finally getting a new Yorgos Lanthimos film after, was it 2019? After The Favorite from 2019.
It was 18 or 19.
Okay, one of those two. We saw it in theaters. We saw the double feature with The Lobster. So this is Yorgos Lanthimos and Emma Stone again, who is producing this time.
She's not acting in it?
She's in it. No, she's in it, but she's also producing. So here's the synopsis. Oh shit! It comes out this year too. Sorry, I literally copied this, but it's coming out September 8th, 2023. Here's the synopsis. Oh man, I'm stoked. From filmmaker Yorgos Lanthimos and producer Emma Stone comes the incredible tale and fantastical evolution of Bella Baxter, played by Stone, a young woman brought back to life by the brilliant and unorthodox scientist Dr. Godwin Baxter. Willem Dafoe. Under Baxter's protection, Bella is eager to learn. Hungry for the worldliness she is lacking, Bella runs off with Duncan Wedderburn, played by Mark Ruffalo, a slick and debauched lawyer, on a whirlwind adventure across the continents. Free from the prejudices of her times, Bella grows steadfast in her purpose to stand for equality and liberation.
Yo, that sounds fucking incredible. I'm
ready for this. I'm a huge Yorgos Lanthimos fan, as you know, Dave. So yeah, exactly. Hawk Rules. So we were just talking about this the other day. I talked to you on the phone. I was talking about Beau is Afraid, and you said, "Is it weirder than The Killing of a Sacred Deer?" And I said, "Yes. Killing of a Sacred Deer is a Yorgos Lanthimos film."
Oh, got it.
Same director. Which was also filmed in Cincinnati, by the way. So I'm very excited for this film, and I knew you'd be stoked too.
That sounds fucking incredible.
I'm so stoked, dude. It's going to be so good.
Wow. Dude, that's going to be incredible. We definitely got to see that together because hopefully I'll be back in LA in like a month.
Ha ha. Dude, what? No,
yeah,
what?
You got to keep watching it, pizzas.
I understand,
but you have to go through it.
Dude, The Lobster is probably my favorite Yorgos Lanthimos film. It's hard in that way, but it pays off in my opinion.
Yeah. Speaking of things that I am excited about, here's the thing I'm not excited about. Saturday Night Live is doing a movie. A movie about Saturday Night Live's first ever episode is currently in development.
Okay, interesting. Because I thought you were going to take it in the way of like, you know how like their skits will have movies and stuff. The most famous of which being like Wayne's World, I would say, or most successful probably. Yeah. But okay, that's interesting.
Set on October 11th, 1975, the film will chronicle the chaotic moments at Studio H leading up to Chevy Chase kicking off the show with the iconic line, "Live from New York, it's Saturday night."
Yeah. Wow.
Director Jason Reitman will reteam with his Ghostbusters Afterlife scribe, Gil Keenan.
Ooh. Okay, I have thoughts.
And they're going to be using interviews with the remaining living cast and crew to develop that movie. So,
okay, fine. I don't know. Jason Reitman is fine. I don't know. I'm not a particular fan of his. I don't think he's a bad director, but I feel like he misses the mark. So yeah, he's absolutely a Nepo baby, but I don't really have issues with Nepo babies in general. I think if they put in the work and they do good work, fine. I'm a huge fan of the latest Brandon Cronenberg film, Infinity Pool, that came out this year. I think it's incredible. I think it's absolutely incredible, and and it's its own singular vision. So whatever, fine. I just don't. The Jason Reitman stuff I've seen, I don't know, has never like particularly sold me. So I don't know. I'm open to the idea.
Sure. I mean, it depends on how they approach it and who they have to star in it, and
Yeah,
I
that's
mean,
true.
maybe it could be cool, but like, what's it going to do? End with the famous line? You
Well,
know?
I get it though. I get that. I think that's an interesting approach. It's like the Steve Jobs movie where it's like all leading up to like the presentation of like the
Yes.
whatever. I think that's a great. I'm not a redhead. I think that's a great idea and approach because we know what happened. We can watch the episode, and so I think if you're talking about the struggles and the crazy things that go on behind the scene, that's the logical endpoint because we get it. We can just watch the episode. I think that's it's like treading water to like just here's that episode again, but people playing the other people playing people. It's I don't know. I don't think that has much to say, but I think it's a good approach narratively
Yeah.
to end that way. Although, why
I,
tell us it ends that way?
I just feel like that's how it's, in my opinion, if they do it right, it should end with that line.
Yeah.
From behind the actor playing Chevy Chase.
Yeah.
That's how the shot should be. It should be from behind him. You see he's illuminated by the fucking spotlight on him, and you maybe see the crowd a little bit. Live from New York, it's Saturday night. Roll credits.
You know, it'd be an almost even more interesting ending, in my opinion.
What?
Like now that you kind of like flesh this out a little bit, we see all the craziness and all the largeness through cinema cameras and stuff as people pull this entire show together, and then you just see it on a little 4:3 screen, live from New York. It's Saturday night, and that's the end of the movie.
Yeah.
Because it's almost like it's like, yeah, we're building up to this big moment, but from everybody else's perspective, we don't see any of that stuff. All we get is this little tiny picture on our CRT TV, live from New York. It's that's the experience.
Huh.
So I think I don't know, whatever. That's just the way my brain went with it. It's like it builds up to this big moment, but you don't have to make that moment big because the moment isn't big for everybody else. Everybody else is like just tuning in on a random Saturday night. What is this thing? So it's big for the people involved, and we see that leading up, but it's just a regular Saturday night for everybody else. I'm not a genius. I just
No, he's a genius.
I'm just sorry. I just like my mind took off with that. But yeah, so I didn't see Tetris, but I do want to see it, Icky. And John, yeah,
What
you
is
know what?
Tetris?
The Tetris movie that came out, it isn't Taron Egerton in it. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't seen it. I've heard about it from Icky actually, so I do want to see it. But oh yeah, Icky didn't like Infinity Pool either. Sorry, I'm reading these. Yeah, and John as well. I did like Thank You for Smoking. I don't have an issue with him. I just think he makes weird choices. Jason Reitman, that don't really stick with me.
Oh, I was like, what?
Anyway, whatever. Sorry, I'm talking in circles. Dave,
Yeah.
what else we got?
Gran Turismo is a video game. It's a racing video game. Is now a movie. There is a new trailer. So it's like almost coming out movie that I didn't even know was happening. It's a Sony Pictures movie.
Bro, we talked about this.
Did we?
Yeah, we talked about this we talked about this in a movie news segment a month or so ago.
That's not
2 months ago. Might have been. Yeah, sounds about right.
No, but I guess I didn't know what the story was. I must not have heard that part if you said it.
I don't remember what the story was.
Okay, that's probably why. See, if you don't remember, I don't remember. Now that you said that, I do remember you saying something about it.
Yeah.
But the new trailer has revealed more details. So even if we talked about that before, it's a real world story of a gamer who became a racer. So it tells a story of Jan Martinborough, a GT player who wins a series of gaming competitions that help him become a real race car driver.
So, okay, we did talk about this because I remember commenting on the fact that, just like Icky was saying here, like taking driving or racing games and turning them into movies is dicey because racing games have notoriously thin narratives, you know? And so what I think is interesting about Gran Turismo, which I did play when I was but a boy on PS1, I think it is interesting that it's not just within the game world. It's taking somebody who was a video game racer and trying to tell the story of them becoming racer. I think that's an interesting spin. How it pans out, no idea. I lost your audio. I cannot hear you.
I forgot to hit unmute after I cleared my throat.
Oh, okay.
All I know is that my uncle just moved back to Cincinnati, and I went and saw him the other day, and he has a racing simulator. He made
a full sit inside racing simulator?
Yes, he made it very clear that it is not a game. It's a simulator.
It's flight simulators. Like, it's not a game.
It's so serious that if you let people race your car in your online games, you lose points. You can lose enough points that they'll ban you from it.
What?
Yes.
That's insanity, dude.
Mm-hmm. Because
that is
everyone takes that
insanity.
Because a brand new basic simulator setup is like $23,000.
Okay.
Yeah. So those people are like, we're taking it seriously.
Yeah, I guess that's I would say an investment, but you're not going to get a return on that investment. So
not unless you're that guy in the movie. But I will say he had me sit down and play his simulator. And it was intense, dude. It was intense, and it was only like 50% realism, and it was intense.
Oh, dude. Okay, you know what's it's funny that you say that. I was just watching videos one night on Reddit of like rally cars.
Yes.
From like the inside of rally cars, and it kept me up because I was like sweating just watching the inside of rally cars, because like the guys driving, it's like just like barely like making like micro adjustments, and then there's the guy in the passenger seat looking through his notes and stuff.
Yeah,
and I'm like, you were gonna die.
Yeah, because you know how that works,
so
right?
Much.
Like the guy in the passenger seat's telling. So the guy in the passenger seat he's the one that memorizes the track.
Sure.
And
okay, that makes sense.
He writes it all down. He is telling the driver what's coming next, and then how much, how far.
Wow.
So that guy knows exactly, because you can't see. It's like famously like in dirt and back roads. So like you have to know exactly what's coming so you can make that adjustment and know how to turn and stuff.
Yeah, I assumed he was like a navigator guy, not just like taking notes, writing his novel in the passenger seat. But yeah, I don't. It makes sense, but it's that's intense, dude. That's wild.
I think my favorite videos of that kind of stuff is when there's people like on the side of the track. It's not a track, but sort of. It's a makeshift track, and they're like, you see them like the car just like flies over a fucking hill, and they're just like,
oh, dude. Well, have you seen like those where like the rally cars will? I've seen some from the inside of the car where they're like flipping over. Like we see like the footage from like outside the car of like the car rolling and spinning, and inside the car the guy with the thing is like flipping his notes. The guy behind the wheels like
because they're probably gonna end up back on their wheels and then keep going.
Yeah, that's wild to me. I don't have the guts to do anything like that, obviously.
Yeah. And like the part of the simulator, the car simulator that my uncle has, is a little box where the steering wheel is.
Oh, I thought you were saying like the black box in case you get too into the simulator. I don't know.
But it's like it actually emulates, and you can actually feel the track in like vibrating, like it's an actual steering wheel. And
that's
like
super
literally, it's crazy because you're taking like long sweeping and crazy turns, and you're literally just.
Yeah, like I mean, obviously, I see from the rally car driver, he's just like. It's just this. I don't know.
It's crazy.
It's wild. Yeah, that's really cool. But yeah, I don't really care about Gran Turismo. The movie. It's not. I mean, it's like. I don't know. It's not something I'm particularly interested in. I hope it's good for people who like that sort of thing.
I'm probably gonna go see it.
Yeah, and if you want to talk about stream, I'll go see it too. But we do, like Wendy brought this up in the chat about Fast X comes out on May 19th. We definitely have to talk about that. Can we do a full? I don't know if you guys will be upset with this. Probably not, but I want to do a full spoiler discussion.
Fine with me.
Maybe not. Whatever. We'll see what you guys think. But I do. We have to see it. I think we're morally obligated to see it.
Well, yeah, we're gonna. So don't you worry.
It's true. But the last little bit I got before we move on to the main event, there's a teaser trailer for Dune 2 that came out. The trailer the full trailer is coming out tomorrow, but I saw the teaser, so we get a look at Austin Butler, who's going to be in this one, Florence Pugh. I'm really excited, man. I'm very excited. I loved part 1. I'm a huge fan of the director, Denis Villeneuve. It's going to be really good. I love the first one, so I'm pretty hyped for it.
Yeah, I'm definitely, like, I wouldn't say excited about it, but I'm ready. Because I don't have a whole lot of experience with the direct. I don't know, Evel Knievel, and
you've seen Sicario, you've seen Arrival.
I have not seen Sicario. I have seen Arrival. I have not seen Sicario.
Sicario's, you should watch that just for fun.
I want
it's
to.
right up your alley.
I've been meaning to, for sure. I just haven't.
Oh, it's so good. Okay, watch that. Anyway, go on. You're excited. You're not excited. I'm excited. We're gonna watch it for stream.
I'm not excited, like, per se, because again, I thought it was just a glorified Star Wars. But
fuck off. To be clear, I again, not a huge like Dune fan, but I'm excited. I loved the first one, man. I will fight you over it. I think it's a really great piece of like immersive cinema and storytelling.
I did not disagree with you. I just think it's a like a Star Wars knockoff.
Fucking wrong, but whatever. Dune, the IP of Dune came out way before Star Wars existed.
Star Wars was bigger, bro.
Fuck you. Thanks, Dave. All your bad takes are always appreciated, and I will never let you forget them. But short of that, do you have anything else, or are we good to move on?
Just something about Emma Watson, but it's not important. We can move on.
Oh, how she might come back to acting, or she might not?
Yeah, she might.
Yeah, we'll see if we get some more Emma Watson roles. TBD. I don't know. Are you a Emma Watson fan?
I don't know. She was in Harry Potter, and then she was in like Perks of Being a Wallflower and other things like that, but she hasn't acted in so long. I don't know.
I honestly didn't even notice. Like, no offense. Like, I don't mean that in like a shitty way. I didn't really know. When I read that too earlier, I was like, oh.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, she was in that Beauty and the Beast movie. I didn't see it, but
I
heard it wasn't great.
Yeah.
But short of that, we are moving on to spookier territory. We're getting into our main events tonight. We're talking about 2 new films. We're talking about Ghosted from 2023, which came out on Apple TV+. But right now, we're talking about Evil Dead Rise, also from 2023, which I saw in a theater.
So did I.
And it was a thing. So I have lots of thoughts on it. Great. And we're going to do this spoiler free. I'm going to talk a bit generally, but I'm definitely going to give you my thoughts on it, Dave. So cool. If you're ready, I'm ready. You're going to be a little echoey for this while we show the trailer, but I am going to show the trailer. And let's get into it.
Cool beans.
Here we go. Spooky already.
No matter how busy you ever got, you always found time for me. I can't believe I'm never going to speak to you again.
I was nervous when I saw this trailer. And my suspicions were confirmed.
Oh, burying the lead. Okay.
What is
But you don't know what I thought about it.
I found it.
Because I love this trailer.
Oh, okay.
Here's what she said to me.
There was a lot of hype around this trailer too. It actually is an interesting trailer.
Don't let it take my babies.
Yes, Bruce Campbell and Sam Raimi are involved in this.
It happened to us.
This evil creates terror through total chaos.
They produced it, pizzas, so they chose the team behind it. Although you might not know that from watching it.
I'm getting this out of here.
You'd be a good mom someday, honey Beth.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, you know how to lie to kids. Mom?
Mommy's with the maggots now.
I've had those Saturday mornings myself. Rough times, bro.
Meanie. Miney. You.
That was Evil Dead Rise, at least the trailer for it. Yeah, Hawk Rose. Listen, but we're gonna get there. Dave, tell us the story of 2023's Evil Dead Rise.
Cool.
Maybe not echoey.
Thank you. Now you're
I
not.
was not going to be able to handle that at all.
No, you're good. I'm sure the stream would not appreciate that either.
So, Evil
Yes.
Dead Rise is about a single mom and her three kids and her sister, who one of the kids, like like me and you, sees something abandoned and is like, "What's that?"
Yeah.
Finds a book, gets the mom possessed, and the mom goes after everybody.
It's literally the Evil Dead in an apartment building. It fucking is. Like, where's the lie? It's a family. It's not Ash and his college buddies. It's a mom and her kids and her sister. It's the Evil Dead, and it's in an apartment building in Los Angeles in modern day. What was your first impression of this film, Dave?
Oh, holy shit. That was
Say
my
more.
impression. No, that was the whole impression. I saw this with Chloe on, and
Okay.
I spent most of the movie like this.
Yeah, it's a gross movie.
Yeah, and then John, I think it's loosely connected based on one phrase.
Yes, I know what it is. Dave said it's loosely, the loosest of connections, but no direct tie-ins at all. We'll get on to comparisons at some point here. I have lots of them, but for me, I was not impressed by this trailer. I was like, oh boy, we'll see how this goes. And so I watched it, and I wanted to like this film. I really, really wanted to like this movie, but it feels like a boilerplate, tepid version of an Evil Dead film. Mm-hmm. It feels like the Evil Dead, but bad.
Here's what I'm mad about the most.
Okay. Do you want to get into likes first, or just tell me what? No, tell me what you're upset about first. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I'm mad that Pizza's called it from the fucking beginning.
Immediately called it. He knows me.
He barely knows me too, because I kind of liked it. I
did not like this movie. There's things I like about this movie, but so I'll start because yes. Listen. This movie is visually beautiful. Yes. I think there's a lot of wonderful, fun, inventive camera angles in the Sam Raimi tradition.
Right.
There's a lot of this stuff. I think the film looks great. I think director Lee Cronin should put this on his reel because there's a lot of really fun stuff. in terms of how this thing was filmed. That's probably my favorite like thing about this. Give me a like. That's your turn.
It's my turn. Is that my cue?
Yeah.
I agree with that. Number one, I like how uncomfortable that it made me. Like, I think it did exactly what it accomplished, or what it wanted to accomplish, in terms of making you like. It wasn't scary. At no point was I like, but it was like, oh.
I don't disagree with that.
Oh, I feel gross.
I actually, I kind of disagree with that. And I'll get into it later. But to your grossness factor, the effects, like the makeup effects and the CG, are really fucking good. They're really fucking good. I think this again. This film looks good. I think all the makeup and stuff, like the mother is like the main like deadite. It's not a horror comedy. This is more straight up horror.
Yeah, straight horror.
There's like callbacks to other films that don't make any fucking sense and are shoehorned in here unceremoniously. And they feel not a part of this film, but this the CG is really fucking good. There's a number of things in this movie where I was like, I have no idea how that's done. Not that I know everything or anything like that, but I feel like I have a good idea of how things can be accomplished. There's a number of things in this where I was like,
well, you know, the reason why you have no idea is because I don't know if you knew this. It's not CG. They actually got the lady possessed in the movie, and then like consulted with the demon, and then just like, can you, like, they asked like, can you put everything back after?
That makes sense. Yeah, it's a two birds, one soul situation. I get it.
Hey.
I get it. And on top of that too, another thing that I really, really liked about this movie was the sound design. The sound design is very crucial in all of these films and all this entire franchise. But it is very, very good, very detail oriented. Lots of those like little tiny sounds that are just like brought up and mixed in a certain way that just make you feel weird and bad. And I think that was very. I know. Sorry, pizzas. I was just reading your comment.
Yeah, pizzas. He can't be outdone. That's the problem. I've tried.
But I think like that attention to detail and stuff made this film relatively entertaining.
Okay.
I was whatever. What else did you like about this movie?
I liked the kills. Every time they like fought back against the demons or whatever. I thought that they were like fucking, the brutality of it was like, wow.
Well, in the tradition of Evil Dead films, there's lots of blood. There's
So
a
much
Shining's worth of elevator full of blood in this movie.
To be clear, the opening scene, I literally, I didn't make the noise, but I literally was like, oh!
No, okay. There's a bookend to this film that I think is wholly fucking unnecessary and adds to nothing, other than like when we see it at the end, we're like, oh, that's what that opening was for.
Yeah,
it was clever. This isn't a spoiler because it's the first shot of the fucking movie. Like it does that traditional Evil Dead like swooping, like camera angle.
Yeah,
and it comes out of the woods on like showing this dock, and it's a drone, and I was like, that's clever.
Yeah,
I'm fine with that. So it starts out with a cabin in the woods for a scene, basically, and then we move on.
It's paying homage,
but like in like kind of a weird, lazy way. I don't know. It did feel like it didn't add anything for me. It didn't add anything to the story, and it didn't. I don't know. I didn't even think it was like that brutal or gross or shocking, like the 2013 remake. Or reboot, I guess I would say, I think is a really great film. Yeah. I love the 2013. We did a whole Evil Dead stream, and I love the 2013 movie. I think it did a ton of things right. I think it's an incredible follow-up that had a lot of things to say, and I think a lot of things to do that added to the lore and played with a lot of things. It was gross. It was still funny and like so brutal and fun and interesting looking and great acting. For me, this film doesn't have a story.
No.
Like,
there's no
it doesn't
story.
have anything. Yeah.
But also, neither does Evil Dead.
Well, but to be clear, of course, no, you're right. The original Evil Dead that was done in 1981 on a budget of $15 and some bubble gum. You're right. Does not have a story. Because that's the intention. It's just supposed to be a low budget kind of slasher horror spooky thing.
Yeah.
Guess what? It's 2023 and this film was made for like $30 million fucking dollars. Write
Okay,
a
but
story.
$30 million in today's world is not a lot of money.
Hard disagree. This only like in the last couple of years have they started making these like middle budget movies, because a lot of these horror, like modern horror classics were all made for like $1 million. Like they're all made for very low budgets. Like Get Out was made for low budget. It Follows was made for $1 million. Like a lot of these incredible looking films with good stories, it costs nothing to write a good story, Dave. That's what I'm saying. Nothing. You can do it for fucking free. And this has no story. And the thing, I would be fine with that. If there wasn't things set up in the story. There was a lot of setup of certain things that never paid off thematically or even just directly, like narratively in this movie. There's so many things about these characters that they're kind of like punk rock kind of people and stuff, and they live kind of wild, and like they're like feminists, and like they have these like points of view. None of that shit matters. They like set up these very specific kinds of characters and pay them off thematically in zero fucking ways. They try to shoehorn this like motherhood motif in, and they just bungle it. It has this movie. The thing that upsets me the most about this movie, it has nothing to fucking say at all. It's candy, and it makes you feel like shit afterwards because I get nothing. I got nothing out of this movie. It said nothing.
But again,
nothing.
So did the original.
The original, you have to think of. Oh my fucking god! You have to think of context. The original set out to just like literally sell money and like be a feather in Sam Raimi's cap so he can make more movies. This is a movie with an actual budget and an actual studio. Like, if you wanted to be intentionally have nothing to say, they give me all this stuff. Why set up these like specific kinds of characters and all these really niche little things and set up these, whoa, I gotta fly. Set up these like motifs and different thematic elements just to do nothing with them.
Well,
nothing.
Because if you don't set up the characters, flesh out the characters at least a little bit, then you're not going to care.
I don't give a fuck about any of these characters. Halfway through the movie, it's like, I don't care if that person dies. I literally don't. This sounds cold, but I was like, I don't care about this family. I don't care about this family. I don't care about these kids. I don't care about anybody in this movie. They literally just like tried to do things that like seemed like setups for further character development, and it goes nowhere. It goes nowhere, Dave. Jesus. It was so frustrating. I left this movie feeling so empty. Like I could see where the thing that pissed me off the most is that I could see how this could have been good and could have been like fleshed out thematically and even narratively to make me give a shit about this. And I don't. And it wasn't. It feels lazy.
Okay, but here's my problem with everything that you're saying. You're expecting something like deep and meaningful or like...
I'm expecting a real fucking story that somebody actually cared about, and nobody cared about this. Yo, Emma, what's up?
What?
I don't know what that means. This is the wrong channel.
Okay, but here's why I have a problem with what you're saying. Because you expect things from a movie that is from a franchise that has nothing to say ever.
Bull-ass shit. Bullshit. Because I'm telling you, the 2013 film set up this entire fucking narrative this entire narrative about drug addiction and like trusting your family and what it means to like stick it out for people and like it's like there's like metaphorical layers and all these things in it about drug addiction and family and sticking together, all this stuff. This film has fucking nothing, but it set up these things like it was going to say something and it just didn't. That's what's frustrating. Either give it to me or don't.
Okay, that's like
what celebrity would I choose to see get tickled? Oh,
Damn
fuck
it,
you,
Wendy!
Hawk Rules. Oh. Fuck you, Mom. Okay, Dave. Quick side story while we eat these Neckos. Oh, this isn't. Can I cheat?
another
No, I'm not
yellow
gonna
one.
cheat.
Nope, you can't cheat.
It's fine. I got another licorice one.
Listen,
what celebrity would I choose
don't-
to see tickled?
I don't want to talk about tickling around Blake because the last time tickling happened with Blake, he elbowed me in the fucking face. So
I warned him.
I'm out.
To be perfectly fair, I warned him.
he did. I didn't believe him.
It is licorice. God damn it. Oh, man. Ah. Where's my water? Oh, Did you see me almost eat it?
No, I was too focused on the fact that I now have lemon pledge in my mouth. Again.
Oh. I would take that over the licorice ones.
Emma, no, I'm actually not ticklish, but Blake is horribly ticklish, and I didn't believe him one time, and I was like, nah, I did.
I warned him. It's not like I'm trying to be a tough guy. It's just my body does that. It's the only time I get like cred on the streets. You tickle me like pop.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Don't tickle me. Don't come within 5 feet of me. In fact,
That's true. It's very true. Gross.
Wendy,
Gross.
I'm not
Anyway.
happy with you.
Yeah. Broke the tension a little bit, Wendy, but it's about to get
You were on my
ramped
shit
right
list.
back up.
No, but that's what I'm saying.
But here's the thing.
Tell me that I'm wrong about the 2013 movie. Tell me that I'm wrong. It
I'm
took
not
the
saying
next
that you're-
step by
okay.
setting up things.
That's fine. But what
We're
I'm saying is
regressing.
that would be like saying you're upset with the most recent Fast and Furious movie because it was really bad because there was one good Fast and Furious movie, but the rest sucked. But this one particularly like
This isn't
fuck
a
this
series
movie.
of 10. This isn't a series of 10 movies with one good movie. I think the original was great and it did its thing. It was what it was for the time. Evil Dead 2 is like the best horror comedy ever made. It's so good. Army of Darkness is great, and I think the 2013 reboot is also great. This is like my literal least favorite Evil Dead film because it has all the shimmer and shine of a brand new sparkly film with nothing. And there's so many ways nowadays that you could like layer in things. There's so many things to talk about, and there's so many things that you can address. And horror shines when it works on a metaphorical level. That's why Halloween is great. That's why all these classic movies in the horror genre are good because they have things to say and things to comment on. And this has nothing.
My point is just because the 2013 movie had something to say, it doesn't mean that like the rest of them didn't. The rest
That's
of them
not
were
true,
just
actually.
like horror and gore for like horror and gore's sake.
No, that's absolutely not true. The first one was because, again, it was a low-budget movie. The second one has plenty to say, and Army of Darkness has tons to say, too. They're horror comedies, but they're talking about things. They're commenting on certain things and horror tropes. They're talking about things. They have things to say. This fucking does not. And so what you're taking is like, oh, remember in 1981 when a bunch of dickheads went into a cabin and made a movie for $15? This is the same thing, and it's not. I think that's such a false equivalency, and I refuse to accept that from well-established filmmakers and producers today. I fucking, ugh. It's
All I'm
so
saying
frustrating.
is, I feel the exact same way after watching both the original and this one. I feel the exact same way. So I'm like, I don't see what the problem is.
But here's the thing. This is where I disagree with you, too, because this one wasn't even fun. The original is goofy and it's fun. It's like a fun romp because it's so wild and it's over the top and the acting is schlocky and the effects are goofy. It's a fun time. This was not fun. I did not have fun with this at all. Like, at all. It just felt okay. And then they shoehorned all the Evil Dead, like, you know, they shoehorned in the Dead by Dawn thing from Evil Dead 2. They shoehorned in the what's it called? Electric Axe.
Chainsaw.
Chainsaw.
He said electric axe.
I was like, I
Wow.
can't come up with the word chainsaw. They like shoehorned all these things in and all these callbacks that none of this made sense to me. It didn't work for me. I don't know. I just don't have a whole lot more to say about it other than like it didn't fucking work for me, and all these things were shoehorned in to try to make this thing work. When in reality, it's just like a run of the mill horror movie with good cinematography, good makeup, good effects. Those things are great in it, and I'm not going to take that away from it. This film just has nothing to it. If you want something that's going to live with you for a little bit.
All I'm saying is, if you want something that's going to live with you a little bit and has a significant amount of things to say, personally, don't go see a gory horror film.
I disagree with you, man. I disagree with you. I think that's so disingenuous to say like, oh, if you like want to like something goofy with like whatever, just like turn off your brain. I think cinema and horror specifically, even gory pictures, have things to say and things to comment on. This didn't, and I think that's I think that's not. I mean, there's plenty of turn your brain off kinds of movies, but I don't know. I just
think
feel
this
like when
was
you
one of them, and I think that you being upset that it wasn't what you wanted it to be.
I'm not upset. I'm just saying when you set like the movie did this. This isn't me wanting something out of this film and being grumpy that I didn't get it. This film literally set up all these like interesting ideas of like like the daughter was gonna go to like a protest and like was like into feminism and all these things, and the daughter is like into these creepy art projects, and the son was like a DJ, and like all these interesting kind of ideas where I could see them like melding together. They did nothing with. That's what I'm upset about. Is because they set up something interesting and they paid it off in no ways. That's what I'm upset about. To be clear.
But how could you possibly pay off any of the things they set up in a movie about possessions and blood and gore?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Then why put those things in there if you're not going to pay them off? That's bad writing.
Well, the DJ thing pays off because they have the fucking record players, and that's how they find out about it.
That's not a payoff. That's not a payoff. That's an entire setup of an entire character. Just be like, oh, we found spooky records. Ooh, that's a cool little touch, by the way, of them like having to spin up play the record faster to like get it to hear. Like that's interesting, but that's not a thematic thing. That's just like a literal. This kid has a record player. Who cares?
Yeah.
I'm talking about the ideals of things. Again, like I keep going back to these protests. And
this movie
like
just feels to me that it was like, we just want to do the same thing the Evil Dead did, but with obviously a lot more money. And it's just going to be this gross horror film that's blood and gore, and that's what it is. And then you're like,
but why set But no, not even close, because even the sister character, when she comes back into town in the beginning of the film, they set up that she's like having these things and like they had a rough time in their childhood and she might be a mother soon and she's dealing with her. They set up all these things, Dave. If it was just 4 people, we'd come in and they're like a family and all these things start happening, fine. That's what you're setting up. But when you take the time in the first act to set up all these very specific ideas that have deep thematic underpinnings and then you don't do anything with them, that's what I'm pissed about. So I am validated in my opinions and I'm allowed to have them. If you enjoyed it, that's fine.
Yeah.
But I'm saying this film did set up things that it never fucking paid off, and it upsets me because it could have been good.
Yeah, but I guess my point is it didn't need to pay them off. That wasn't the point of the movie.
Then why set them up?
Again, to flesh out the characters.
That's not fleshing out a character. That's hinting at the idea of a good character and then fucking dropping it on its head. That's bad writing, in my opinion. So, Dave, is this a recommend for you?
Yes, it is a recommend for me. You just go into it, into it thinking you're going to see a gory horror film and not expecting any kind of deeper themes, even though I guess they tease it or set it up and then they'll pay it off. Just go in.
Yep.
I think that's why I liked it, I think, because I went in and being like, this is going to be gross. And it's exactly what I thought it was going to be. So I was like, yeah, okay.
Yeah, that's great. And like, I didn't have any expectations. I was just rolling with the movie, and I was excited to see where it went after they set up an interesting first act, and it went nowhere. But yeah, this is a recommend for me.
I love that we like fought to the fucking death over this movie. You're like, actually, yeah, go see it.
I recommend this movie.
Wow.
Conditionally, of course. I don't think it's a great film, but I think it is entertaining in a way. If you're looking for a creepy film that you can just like turn your brain off, if you just kind of, snooze it through like the first like 20 minutes of the movie and you don't really attach to the characters and you just want to see some creepy, gory shit happening, yeah, you're probably going to enjoy this film. You get a little spook out of it with, your person that you go to movies with. Fine. Yes. I don't think it's a great film. I don't really care to watch this again.
Listen.
Again, it has nothing to say for me, and I have nothing to attach it to. But if you like just a spooky film that you don't have to think about, and you want to see something this weekend, yeah, go see it, I guess.
I
don't care how you spend your time.
Zero conditions. I think you should go see it because it's gross and it's a good. To be clear, I don't think this is a great movie. I don't think it's obviously there's no story. It's the same story as the first movie, but excuse me. I don't think it's a great movie. I just don't think it was bad. I think it was good in the sense that it made you feel gross after, regardless of if you
fucking barf.
Exactly, and to me, it did exactly what it set out to do. In my opinion,
enough
yeah,
for you.
They were misguided.
Yeah.
They were, they're misguided in trying to set some stuff up that it didn't pay off. Fine, but in my opinion, their goal was to make you feel gross, and they did it.
I'm a stickler for story myself. Mm-hmm. It doesn't really have much of it, but whatever. Again, whatever.
It doesn't have
if you want to
story.
see this, if you're looking to see a horror movie this weekend, and you just don't want to have to think about it too much, go see it. Fine, dude. Get out of my face, Dave. Jeez. This fucking guy.
I have a feeling, we need to go ahead and mend the rift that is forming right now. I
don't care about any of this. I don't give a shit. I love you, Dave.
I was playing into
I don't play into things. I have no loyalty. Love you too. You're a really great friend.
I'm the best friend in the whole world. It's fine. Anyway. But, fine. Then let's get into mutual hatred and talk about this next movie.
Yeah, not to bury the lead, but I fucking hate this movie.
We're burying the fucking lead. I hated this movie. Anyway,
okay.
What are we talking about, Blake?
This is a movie from 2023. Came out recently on Apple TV Plus. It is called Ghosted, starring Chris Evans and Ana de Armas. So, yeah, I'm gonna pee while this is going on. So that's how much I care about this. All right, here you go. Narrate us through. You're gonna be a little echoey, but okay. Here's the trailer. Okay. I hate this movie.
Sure, I'm definitely gonna pay attention.
I was just wondering if you wanted to, go out sometime.
Bad. It's bad. Bad. It's bad.
Yes,
it's bad.
now.
I'll just hang on.
When I wake up, well, I know I'm gonna be.
Her name is Sadie.
I mean, I know this sounds crazy, but I think she might be the one.
Echo's killing me. That line right there that they put in the trailer. I think she's the one. I have so many thoughts.
She ghosted him.
I bet she hasn't even seen your text.
She does travel a lot for work.
John,
Go to her.
I don't want to talk too much during this trailer because of my echo.
Romantic gesture.
That is amazing, mate.
But it's bad.
5,000 miles to surprise a girl who you've only met once, especially if she's the one who ghosted you.
No, she didn't ghost me. She just doesn't have an international calling plan.
Oh, right.
And of course this song is playing.
Oh, God, you have the wrong guy. I'm a farmer. Wait.
Make it go faster, Dave.
Can you walk?
I've been dying over here without you. So.
I'm so sorry. Pete as fast as I could.
Because I have to fucking echo.
Oh, yeah.
Who are you?
CIA.
I'm so confused. They kept asking me about the tax man.
They asked you about the taxman.
Oh, yeah, John. You know,
The tax man.
Oh my God.
I'll tell you exactly who the target audience is for this as soon as this trailer's done.
And tortured all after one day. I saw the rock.
You're the one who flew to London.
It was a romantic gesture.
How much more do we have of this? Oh, no.
Sorry, I zoned.
Get every bounty hunter on the continent. I want her alive.
This is bigger than you and me.
Yeah, I agree with you, John. And pizzas.
Didn't it ever occur to you that he could be a foreign asset trying to compromise your mission?
He produced this, by the way, Chris Evans.
Who the hell are you?
I'm the boyfriend.
Fuck off. I've never seen this trailer. It's really bad.
Do you trust me?
Is that a joke?
Pizzas, you're dead right. Producing is
it over?
exactly.
Is it over?
Yeah, you can wake up again, Dave.
Oh, okay, great.
Dude, it's this. Tell us the story.
I don't want
if you can of Ghosted. You have to.
So Ghosted is about a boy who meets a girl, and they meet. It's a meet cute, and then they argue immediately, and then he's like, "Actually, I guess we were flirting. Do you want to go out?" And she's like, "Actually, yeah, I do." And then they fucking go out, and then spoilers. They fucking bone, and then they're like, "Oh my God, this has been the greatest date ever." And then he goes home to his family, and he's like, "I think she's the one." Bitch! Okay, and then clearly he's like super clingy, and he fucking texts her all the time, and then his family encourages him to just up and chase her to fucking London after one date, and fucking she's a CIA agent.
She is a secret agent, and Chris Evans, who's a quirky, goofy farmer guy from a small town. This is a Hallmark movie, to be clear. This is a big budget Hallmark movie. This is a big budget Hallmark movie for wine moms in their late 40s. That is the target audience.
Written by AI.
Yes. This was not written by a real person. There's no fucking way this was actually written by a real person. This, to be very clear, again, did not like this movie. We have to acknowledge something that, Dave, you and I are not the target audience for this kind of film.
No. We're not.
I'm still going to talk about it.
That's fine. I would like to say before we dive into anything too hardcore, Clubby asked me how it was, and I gave a nice little sort of synopsis. Okay. In my opinion, this movie starts out horrible.
Yes.
Horrible. The dialogue is awful. The acting is not great. The story is dumb as shit anyway.
Yeah.
But then it starts to get like, I'm a little interested. Okay, some of the actions, this is pretty cool. And then immediately fucking bombs off again. And then because like it plays into the action. Yes. And then you're like, oh, fuck. So it gets horrible. And then the story kind of picks up a little bit again. And then fucking bombs again.
It is a roller coaster. I felt myself. I pay attention to movies. I don't like look at my phone, but there's multiple. This is a 2-hour movie, and there's multiple times in this movie. 2 hours. It's a 2-hour Hallmark movie, and there's multiple times this that I was like, "How much longer?" I can't do
I'm
this
gonna
for
be
much
honest
longer.
with you. Pizzas. I really have been trying to do away with the Dave meter thing.
Yes.
And be
we
better.
appreciate you.
I really have been trying. I failed this.
Yeah.
I failed this time. I
don't blame you.
I got probably 90 minutes in this movie, and I was like,
I legitimately, Dave, I don't blame you. I started looking at my like stocks and shit. I was like, okay, what's more interesting than this movie? Let me start doing my taxes for next year. let me start doing my books. It was just like, holy shit. It was like frustrating levels of like, of weird. What I am going to have you do, Dave, really quick, I noticed we're kind of like lagging a little bit between your video and audio. Can I have you sign off and get back on for me?
yes.
I want to have us all synced back up again.
Okay, bye.
So while Dave is gone and comes back, listen, this movie has a large budget. This movie has way too large of a budget for what it actually is. Hi. I was saying this movie is a large budget film. And again, the writing is very weird. This is like a weirdo fantasy for middle-aged women, which is fine. If you like this kind of thing, fine, man. If this is like up your alley and you think it's cute, fine. I think oh my gosh, that's a great question. This is a definitely decently budgeted film.
I have to say, John,
Yes.
the fact that the credited writers are the guys who wrote Deadpool and Spider-Man movies.
There's no way.
I
believe you, but
I believe you because you're very smart and knowledgeable. I don't believe you.
It's
There's
bro.
no way that they actually wrote it. They probably were like, they had a friend who's like, I have a movie, and they're like, yeah, what is it? All right. I'm gonna slap my name on it though and make some money. And they're like, oh, okay.
I'm not seeing an exact budget, but this is definitely more than a mid-budget movie. They're traveling everywhere. Lots of stunts, lots of practical stunts, lots of different locations, lots of cameos in this movie. Tons of people in this movie. This is definitely a pretty decently budgeted film for as weird and lazy as it is. And even with Chris Evans producing, the boy's sleepwalking through this movie.
He is absolutely sleepwalking through this movie.
Like poor Anna de Armas, I think, was like blinking Morse code of like help me, get me out of this fucking movie. She
was trying. I think she was trying.
She was trying, but you could tell like there's a certain moment in this movie where like things are like picking up and she's just like saying lines. She's just saying it, and like I get it. Like it's at some point you realize what kind of movie you're in, and you're like, oh boy. And this definitely feels like that. It's oh boy. Did you have any likes about this film? Sorry, we're like mad jumping the gun a little bit, but I don't like much about this film. But are there any things you liked about this movie?
Hang on, give me a minute.
Okay, I believe in you.
You want to give me the Jeopardy theme song while I'm trying to do this?
Bum 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 bum.
Okay. I liked some of the cinematography. I liked some of it. I think it was shot fucking, what's the word I'm looking for? Competently.
I have notes on that, but yeah.
I like nope, that's it. I did not like the fucking music because every song that popped on, I was like, a fucking chatbot wrote this.
Thank you. I have a note about the needle drops in this movie. It's like the most obvious, like pop tune, like friendly top 40 radio, like possible like things in this that don't make any sense. It's like, hey, I know this song. Hey, I listen to this song when I'm driving my kids to school. And stuff like that. And like, oh geez, it's like no. What I did like about this movie is that Anthony Mackie and John Cho show up for a scene or half of it.
And Sebastian Stan and
oh yeah.
And then also, I wanted to like the Ryan Reynolds cameo.
Thank you. I'm glad you said it. The Ryan Reynolds
I
cameo
wanted
was
to.
bad. Yeah.
It was really bad. It was unnecessary. And why? What was that for?
It added nothing. Hey, look, it's Ryan Reynolds. It was one of those. No, it wasn't even over FaceTime. These people are all in this movie.
In the fucking movie.
They went to a set. So I liked that about it. The other thing I liked about it is that it's it's not really a like. I just want to say I'm going to talk a lot of shit about this movie, but it's not the worst movie I've ever seen. It's just really, 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 really lame. It's just very lame. I don't know how else to put it. It's lame.
Like some of the, like, seriously, I can't stress this enough. The dialogue especially, but the movie in general, it feels like a fucking AI bot wrote it.
This feels like when you're like early 60s, like high school, like English teacher, in trying to teach you about like poems, decided to learn a modern rap song and sing it to you to like, bring the youth in. It feels like that in movie form. I don't know how else to describe it.
Okay, I'm having some trouble here.
What's up?
When was Ryan Reynolds in Bullet Train?
Honestly, I did see that movie. We talked about it on stream. I don't even remember that.
I don't think he was in it, dude. I think what's his face was? Channing Tatum was.
Yeah, Channing Tatum was in it. Yeah, he had a little cameo.
Anyway.
But like it's just a really lame movie. The acting is obviously bad. I think the script is bad. What else is like weird? Oh yeah, they also talk about Dave. You'll relate to this. Dave?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you froze. Your
No,
face.
sorry. I was trying to find Dave. I should be,
No, it's just Cole. So Chris Evans' character, whose name is Cole, when
bad
him
name,
and
by the way.
which is
It's a bad name. It's a bad name. Sorry, go on.
I've written a character named Cole.
Yes, but in this context, it feels bad.
He's a child, though.
Exactly.
Whatever. It doesn't matter.
It's a bad adult name. Go on.
So they're talking like him and Sadie, Anna de Armas's character. They're
Also
like
bad
on their
name. Go on.
they're on like their date, and they walk by the Exorcist stairs. He's like, "You've never seen The Exorcist? It's the scariest movie of all time." And I was like, "This was written by a 50-year-old man, for sure."
Yes,
for sure. I was like, because nobody still believes that. Nobody still believes that.
This was the first scene where I legitimately was like, "This had to have been written by AI." This had to, because right after that, they're talking about what's the scariest thing you want to do? You want to race up these stairs?
Yeah, it just feels like that's a great point. Things just happen in this movie. Things just happen.
To be clear, I want to explain this to everybody.
Yeah.
They're at the Exorcist house, and they're talking about how it's the scariest movie ever, and Sadie is like, I think you're just a bitch, bro. And he's like, no, it's scary. Let's race up these stairs, and if I win, you tell me something that you're scared of.
Yeah.
What?
I wouldn't have been surprised if people started like pulling like foot-long subs from their pockets. Like,
yes,
it just is weird. And to that point, the weirdness of all this thing, the comedy in this movie, because it's like a rom-com, about a spy and a normal guy. The comedy is really, really bad and obvious.
Yes.
None of these people can deliver these comedic things and believe it. I could feel them cringing as they deliver these lines and try to smile through it. It was rough, dude.
I hated it. I really hated it. And the only character who had any kind of actually, this is probably my likes. The only character that had any redeemable qualities at all was the sister.
she was
Because
probably
she
the most
was
entertaining.
she was saying the shit I was thinking.
Yeah, to that fact, so like the family, like Cole's family is like, oh, why don't you quit being so clingy and weird? You'll get a girlfriend and settle down, you know? And like there's so much of these like contrived things, you know, to get any of this movie to happen. But the sister's like, you're fucking weird, and you're making everybody feel weird. Stop being weird. And I was like, yeah,
Yes,
I agree with her.
But here's why this movie was absolutely written by AI, and and that character was not.
Yeah.
Because every time she says something, not every time, but every time she says something, basically,
yeah.
What does the rest of the family do? They fucking ignore her.
Oh,
they
I was
act
gonna
like
say,
she
like,
didn't say a fucking word.
I can't remember them saying
They blow right
anything.
past everything she fucking says.
She might as well be a ghost. You're right, actually. I didn't think about that.
Literally,
That's a
she
good
said
point.
something like, "Oh my God, you're really going along with this, Mom?" And Mom's like, "You're just a hopeless romantic like your mom." It's like,
that's a good point. That's a really good point. None of these characters actually really interact with each other.
No,
I didn't think about that. That's a great point, Dave. That's so bizarre.
Nobody is really actually talking to each other. They're just saying things at each other.
That's a very good point, and that goes for Chris Evans's character and Sadie and Cole. That's a great point, Dave. Astute observation. It's literally one of those things like and on top of that too, with like the dialogue and those kind of things. All of the conflict and drama is so shoehorned into this movie. You could tell people, like the editor was like watching this. He's like, this is fucking boring. Can we get somebody in here to like write a line that gets somebody mad or something that comes out of nowhere? None of this is built in. It's just like, okay, this is the part in the script where we need conflict or something needs to change in the relationship. So somebody says something and the other one's like, oh, I can't believe you'd say that about me after all we've been through. And then it changes like their tone, like the music gets like, and then 2 days, like or whatever, 2 minutes later, they're in a gunfight, and we're a team again. And I'm like, oh my god, how many times are we gonna do this?
My favorite part, and by that I mean I hate the part that I hated the most.
Yeah,
is when the whole time after Chris Evans' character, I'm not gonna say his name because it's stupid. He's like, I can't believe you lied to me, and she's like, I can't believe you're fucking stalking me in London. And they're like just arguing the whole time, like, I can't believe this, blah blah blah. And then he like saves her while also saving the day. Also, he gets the thing that they're after, and he saves her, and then they kiss when they land.
It's just it's literally one of those things where it's like, this is supposed to happen now. We didn't really write it this way, but this is just gonna happen now. It's like, it's so contrived. It's really bad. It's really, really bad. But to your point about like the camera work, like this looks like a sleek film, but when you actually watch the shots, everything is shot from like this weird like medium wide. There's not a lot of like real like close-ups, but there's not a lot of like real like big wide shots. Like, and so the thing that really made me notice this is like all the action scenes are filmed in this weird distance where it's like almost like cut off in like the shin, and things are just like happening. It feels like, hey, like I'm in high school and I'm going to learn how to shoot an action film. The first thing you do is like set your camera up. Oh, that looks weird. Like when it's just static, it doesn't make sense. Now I'm going to like hold it a little bit. And that's as far as they got. Because everything just, like, all the action just feels like there's this weird detached thing. There's no close-ups. There's no, like, inserts to, like, propel the action along visually at all. It's just, here's a camera. All right, do the stuff. And not in an impressive, like, one-shot, like, Tony Jaa, the Protector kind of way that's, like, floating around. It's just some guy with a camera on his shoulder, like,
do it. Action, go. Give me the action.
Yeah. No, that's exactly what it feels like. So it's just... it feels weird. Like everything feels so disconnected. Like nobody is in the same movie together. No, I don't know how else to describe that.
Yes, that's perfectly astute. I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Chris Evans' character is a farmer, yes?
Yes. Kind of.
Why can he suddenly fight at the end?
Dude, all these things. He's a farmer, but he's also a beekeeper, but he's also harvest honey and like sells it at a farmer's market. And like set up this like group. The way he's set up is so weird too. It's at a farmer's market, and he's there, and like everybody in the booths around him are giving him shit because his girlfriend broke up with him, and it's like he's like, no, they're like, oh, you're weird and clingy. They just tell you, like, it just have people tell you who he is immediately, and like everybody reinforces it. They don't let you discover who Cole is through like interesting dialogue, action.
And then they just show you his phone screen.
Yeah,
where he's texted her like a bajillion times.
They use that so much. They use that trope in the trailer. It's just like a bunch of like text, based things, dude. It's so frustratingly weird and long and
long.
It's like one of the most unnecessary movies I've seen in a long time. Like in a long time.
I would just like to point out.
Yes.
That Ana de Armas's character gets in trouble for having a boyfriend. And
true. It's very true.
And they get polygraphed, and there's this like scene that's supposed to be cute, I guess. I don't fucking anyway, while they're getting polygraphed at the same time, which is not a thing.
Not how that works.
And they're like, he could be a foreign agent. It's in the trailer. You could be a foreign agent that's here to compromise your mission and blah 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 blah. The next scenes are like, actually, farmer, we need you to complete this mission.
Yeah, dude. That scene is a perfect example of also the overused comedy tropes of this thing. Is like. Whatever, this has been going on for like 20 years. The character who's like supposed to be professional, she's like, oh, tell me more of this sexy stuff, and like she's like, oh, touching Chris Evans, she's like, oh yeah, I got this cuff on here, and the guy's like, no, gotta be straight with him, so she's doing the thing, she's like adding her like sexy little comments, and they're like arguing at each other, and they're like really mad because one of them was fine with the other one getting killed. And the lady who's taking the polygraph goes, wow, you guys just need to get a room. The sexual tension is crazy right now. And I was like, I'm going to flip my coffee table.
Like 4 fucking times.
At least in that same scene, I was like, I'm going to legitimately flip my coffee table, and I'm going to drive to Apple headquarters, and I'm going to commit some sort of assault.
But like literally, Icky, to like really drive this home, and for this particular point especially, they just tell us that there's sexual tension 4 or 5 times, but there's not any.
There's not. I felt none. Because when she literally says, she goes, wow, the sexual tension here is crazy. And I was like, bitch, where? Like, where? These just seem like really upset people who are going through an emotional crisis. And she's like,
you guys should fuck.
Yeah, and I was like, this is awful. This is really bad. It's insulting. It's insulting. And if you like this film, again, fine. If it's an easy, fun, goofy watch, you can drink a bottle of wine to it, fine. Great. I don't care.
No.
But
I care.
If you want to enjoy a movie and you want to use your brain even a little bit, don't watch this movie. Chris Evans and Ana de Armas have no chemistry.
Zero.
Chemistry.
I'm not joking. Every time they kiss, especially in the beginning, like meet cute date, I'm like,
yeah. And they're two beautiful people, objectively beautiful people.
Yes.
And I'm like, ew, stop that.
I physically had to look away. I'm like, dude, it was gross.
Really funny. It's so it just feels bad. The whole thing feels bad, Dave.
Didn't Scarlett Johansson back out of this movie?
I hope she did.
I think she was initially in talks to be Sadie, and she was like, you know what, never mind, and backed out.
Dude, I don't blame her, because there's just no. Oh, so we didn't talk about this either. Tim Blake Nelson is in this, who is a really great actor, and I think he's incredible. He has this weird like Russian accent. Adrian Brody's in this, who has a weird accent. He's like the big bad guy.
That dude's Russian accent in the beginning was Russian for like the first time we saw him, and then
That's it. Yeah.
indiscernible after that.
And that's the thing. He's such a good actor, and he's in this. But Adrian Brody committed. Like, I think he was probably the most committed actor in this.
Yes.
So props to him for trying.
Yes.
Like, for real. Like, for real.
Like-
I don't think it's good, but he made some interesting choices.
As an actor, well, former actor, who was in a fucking horrible movie, I give so much props to Adrian Brody for committing and trying, because I did too.
Yep.
I really tried, and I'm like, why would you not at least really try?
No, for sure. You're a professional. You know, he's a professional. They're all professionals. He committed. He didn't have nearly as much screen time as anybody else in this movie had to endure, for sure. But yeah, he tries, and I think he does a good job for what he's given.
Also, one last little thing to bitch about before we wrap this horrible movie up.
Soon, Wendy. Soon.
Fuck, I keep... Damn it.
We're doing it.
Anyway, when the cameos come, the cameos are basically they're all hitmen.
Yeah.
And the first one that comes in is Anthony Mackie, and then he gets fucking murked.
Yeah.
And then it's John Cho, and then he gets fucking murked. Yes. And by that point, you're like, he's about to, and Sebastian Stan comes in, you're like, he's about to get murked. Like, literally, each one's like, okay, 30 seconds, and then kill him. 30 seconds, and then kill him.
And that's the thing, too, like, because, like, whatever, I'm not the comedy police here, but you know, if you want to see, you know, the first one, oh, that's funny, and then the second one, you're like, oh, okay, and then by the time you get to the third one, right, that's where you twist it a little bit. What's the twist? How are they going to subvert our expectations?
No, they
don't. They're just like, kill him too. I don't care. Nobody cares about this. The computer wrote it.
Exactly. Icky, don't, because I want to be there for it, and I am going to be working all weekend. So wait, let's do it on a fucking Sunday night one night.
Yeah, we should, because we can't get away with it on actual stream here on Twitch. But let's stream it on Discord.
Sure?
I'm pretty sure we can't.
Because who's going to report that? Who's going to report it?
Maybe if we turn off the VOD. Yeah.
I'm in it. I'm giving you permission to stream it.
Okay, that's our next movie night then. We might get banned again. But if we don't, whatever. I think that's worth it. I think that'd be fun. Let's do it. Okay, next movie night is Dave's movie. What's the movie called?
Red Carpet. Pizzas, the music, you're right. But I'm pretty sure it's all like stock music.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. Yeah, it's not going to kick us off. It's not going to ban us in the moment. It's not going to shut down our stream while we stream that in the moment. It'll, like, the VOD will be like, hey, we found some audio that's copywritten or whatever, and it'll be muted, but we'll turn the VOD off. So if you miss it, you just got to miss it. We can't save the stream or upload it anywhere else. But
Icky, you definitely have a good point here. Pizzas, I'm only in it for the first 20 minutes.
But it's worth watching the whole movie.
Sure. Pizzas, all of my lines had to be 80 yard.
I'm really excited for this. I'm very excited for this.
Icky, you know that Scott could not afford to fucking license a song, so everything in this movie is gonna be fucking public domain.
Yeah.
Guarantee you.
Well, but there's like also songs you can license for like $30 that are like stock, songs that you can license for $30. You're right. No, that's a good point. And by the way, just so we don't, that's actually exactly what I was going to say, Pizzas. It's my fault.
It's Blake's fault. It is 1,000% Blake's fault.
It's literally my fault that Dave's in this movie. So as much as I razz Dave, and as much as Dave is a really great sport about it, and I kudos to you, this is my fault, and I will happily tell that story before we stream it.
Yes, I'm gonna cringe. I'm gonna cringe the whole time. So please, guys, when I'm on screen, just like. Lift me up a little bit.
We're not laughing at you. We're laughing with you.
I'm not laughing.
But I'm not laughing at all. I'm having a crisis. I'm having an anxiety attack.
I'm not playing a cholo, am I?
No.
Eastern LA accent? Did I have an Eastern LA accent?
No, you're playing like a tough guy.
Okay.
That's what I. Yeah. You don't have like an accent.
I have a little bit of an accent, but like I put one on. It's kind of like a. My character's supposed to be. I don't want to give anything away, but my character's supposed to be like his thing is he's like a rapper. So I wanted to like give some kind of like something other than like, oh hey there, my name is hi, how you doing? So it's a little bit of an accent, but it's I made sure that the people I was in the movie with I wasn't being offensive to, and like, no, you're great.
Yeah, and Icky, yes, I've seen it twice. I've watched this thing front to back twice.
It sure has.
It's a fun time. It's a really
and
fun
I'm gonna
time.
warn everybody. Yeah. My pivotal scene that explains who the fuck I am got cut.
Yeah.
And it's not just like who I am. It's pivotal for how the main character gets from where we see me to the rest of the movie. It's 100% pivotal, and he fucking cut it.
He's watched this movie. He's like, done. Cut. Yeah.
Why would you cut that?
Yeah. You literally just disappear from it. It's a fun time. And I'm really excited. Thank you, Dave. Everybody, thank Dave for being open to this experience. I understand it's painful. I don't like to watch my old stuff back. I don't. It's painful. It's embarrassing, and I understand. So thank you, Dave, because you're gonna bring joy to all of us, and I appreciate you for being such a good sport. Truly.
Yeah, I guess. It's fine.
But
I just wish that I would have been in something good.
One day. Thank you guys. Thank you for being kind.
I got you, because that means that you don't think that my short film is good. I'm out of here.
What? Oh, I don't remember everything off the top of my head, Dave. Don't trap me. I'm just lifting your ass up.
You edited it.
I forgot. I edit lots of stuff. It's my job, Dave. Get out of my face.
Oh. I'm just playing. No.
Anyway.
I just wish that I would have been in something semi-decent that was on like that you can go watch somewhere rather than just
That's
YouTube.
what I thought you meant. But yes. So no, I did not edit this, Pizzas. No. Jesus fucking Christ.
He edited my short film that I wrote, directed, and was the star of. So
yes. No, I did not cut this. But circling back, is this a recommend for you for Ghosted 2023?
Absolutely not. Do not waste your time. Do not watch this movie under any circumstance, because it was written by you're not going to convince me otherwise. It was written by fucking AI, and I will not give them any ounce of my energy.
I don't blame you. Pirate this movie if you want to see it. Listen, for me, if you're a middle-aged person who likes to drink a bottle of wine after their kids have gone to sleep and not think about shit until you wake up hungover the next morning, this is your movie. Watch it.
No.
Has your love life fallen apart and you're clinging on for any spark between characters that are beautiful? Also, don't watch this movie. You get none of it.
Watch Silver Linings Playbook.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, this is not a recommend for me. It's a waste of time, and I struggled to finish watching this movie, Dave.
Yes.
It is just it's a lot of nothing. It's a lot of nothing.
Yeah, speaking of finishing this movie, that last scene was so bad.
Dude, it's so I was like, please no more. Please no more. And it just kept giving me more.
They're with the family, and they're like, oh, you did this? But you slept with my brother.
It's so cringy. Like, wow, you must be doing really good. Like, blah blah blah. Because the conceit is that she's like acquires art for art museums overseas. Whatever. I hate it. I don't want to talk about it anymore. Don't watch this movie.
Wait.
What? What?
So now she's just the ending scene. The actual ending scene is they go to a nice restaurant. They're all dressed up, and she's got a fucking somebody tied up in the trunk of the car, and he's like,
Oh,
okay.
I forgot about that part.
So now he's just along for her CIA rides, which is not how it fucking happens. Okay, no, I'm done.
Friends don't let friends watch Ghosted 2023. Okay? Don't do this to people you love. I'm begging you. I'm begging you. Please. From two people who who need to get lives. Don't waste your life.
Go have the life that we can't.
I implore you, live. But short of that, Dave, what else do we got going on?
Yes, we just released a new episode yesterday. It's the boxing movies episode.
Yes, of the podcast Prepper. You can get it on all the things. We're talking about Rocky from 1976, the original weird movie Rocky.
So weird.
And $1 Million Baby from 2004, I believe.
Yes, 2004, and they're both very weird. It was a very fun episode. I'm really excited about it.
Very fun. You can get them on all your podcast platforms, but also if you want to watch more of us, you can now watch the podcast with us and our faces and the movie clips and all that good stuff on the YouTubes.
It's true.
Just search First Price Films on YouTube. There's links to it on all the things. But we also have like Discord, and we also have all the other socials, Dave.
Yes, we do. You can check us out at First Prize Pod. We're on Instagram, TikTok, apparently Facebook, and Twitter.
Yes.
So check those out. We post clips. If you haven't had time yet to listen to the episode, go check out our Instagram or our TikTok, whatever, and see some clips so you can really amp yourself up to go listen to it or watch it if you want to go on YouTube.
It's true, and thank you to all of you guys who've been recommending us. Like, we're getting lots of listens and downloads, and we appreciate it. And we know it's because of you guys. We love coming back here every week and chatting and doing this stuff.
Yes, it's a lot of fun.
What do we got coming up next week on the show?
Next week on the show is our second to last episode of the season.
Ooh.
And I am trying to stall because
we're doing monster movies.
Thank you. You know me too well because I fucking totally forgot. And I was just working on this before you popped up.
We're talking about Tremors, the Kevin Bacon vehicle Tremors from 1990 versus The Host, the Bong Joon-ho film, The Host from 2006, I believe.
Yes.
Which is a Korean film, which I'd never seen before. And I was very stoked to watch. And we had a hell of a good time watching these two. So, yeah.
Oh, icky.
What?
That's a good idea, actually.
Well, yeah, a Metroid movie was supposed to happen after the original Super Mario Brothers movie. But obviously after that tanked, all the other ones got shelved. So,
Metroid I read that wrong. Never mind. I give up.
Okay.
I thought you said meteoroid.
Amazing. Hilarious. I appreciate that.
Anyway, we don't know what we're talking about next week on stream, but we'll figure it out soon.
Yeah, we were originally going to talk about Beau is Afraid and something else, but we can't do it. You do have to see it. Again, if you missed the beginning of the stream, I saw the movie. You should see it if you're into watching something weird and have 3 hours to spare. It's fucking weird. I still don't know how I feel about it other than weird. It makes me feel weird. It should not be 3 hours, to be clear, but it is, oh boy, it is something. And Icky, we're watching The Host, the Bong Joon-ho film with Tremors. But yeah, Beau is Afraid is weird, but we're going to figure out what we're going to watch next week. Let us know in the Discord or whatever. Text us or something. I don't fucking care. Let us know what you want us to watch, new, old, and whatever. And we're going to do it. We're going to do the thing.
Yes, we are. And thank you guys for subscribing or following us so far. We really appreciate you coming along this journey with us.
Yes.
And also, please, for the love of God, tell your friends about us because I'm so tired of dealing with mail.
Dave hates the mail, so the more you tell people about us, the more we can tell our moms that we're not total fucking failures.
Oh,
Please.
God.
It's embarrassing at this point. I'm 32. Jesus
34.
Christ. We're in terrible, terrible places.
Oh, God.
But either way, it'll be
Anyway.
great. We'll see you guys
Yeah.
next week. Love and appreciate you. And yeah, whatever. Bye.
And it is water that you drink to have for hydration.
Bacon paper clips, Subway. Eat fresh. Bacon?
Tomato sauce, mac and cheese plates.
Have you clouds to meatballs? Reverse. Cycle. 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 Cycle.
Have you seen the sky today? I'm
Tangerines.
a human.
Jared from Subway.
So many people